Hello and welcome. I spent a few hours, about 6 of them in total, with the Gundam Breaker 4 open network test, and I have a lot of thoughts. We're going to break down the best things from it, in my opinion, the good things from it, and the things that I think could maybe still use a little bit of work. But we have a little bit more time before the full game comes out, so they have some time to maybe fix some of these. So let's start first off with the best thing about this, which is it plays so well. The tutorial is actually a little deceiving in that when you start the tutorial, you don't have both melee weapons unlocked yet. You don't have 2 ranged weapons equipped, so you don't get a lot of the fun like combo play and things like that you're going to be able to do in the full game. But after you get through the tutorial and you unlock your second melee weapon, you unlock your second ranged weapon, you get access to option parts and EX skills. You can really just go. The fact that using 2 beam sabers alone, just 2 beam sabers and a couple option parts, you can get what seems to be nearly endless juggling off is already incredible and super fun, right? But then you have my favorite thing about the entire network test, which was getting to play around with the combo system in Gundam Breaker 4. So, in Gundam Breaker 3, you had a really nice little combo string that you can do for each weapon, but each weapon had that combo string, and that was basically it, right? You had some small variations, but that was about it. In Gundam Breaker 4, each individual weapon type, and then multiples in that weapon type, have different movesets. And because you can have a melee weapon in both hands, you can have 2 different melee weapons, and then have the 2 different movesets, and then those chain together. For instance, if you have the Gyan beam saber, you can do both the rapid thrust that you see the Gyan use in the anime, and you can do the spin. There's some other fun moves in there too, especially when you include a pop-up weapon that allows you to really like get somebody up in the air quickly, because the Gyan saber doesn't really let you do that as well. But if you have 2 Gyan sabers, when you do the rapid stab, you rapid stab with both. You do the spin, you spin for longer. However, if you go with the Gyan saber and say the Gerbera straight, and you get that quick stab into a heavy smash with the katana, or you start with a katana for the pop-up and then go straight into the uppercut jabs, it's really cool. And that's not even accounting for the fact that like the Lacerta beam rifle or beam sabers have the ability to twin blade if you hold the button. You have the axes and the movesets they have. The combo system is freeform and open. Twin axis plays completely different from axe and saber, or axe and katana, or axe and rapier, right? Each variation allows you to play in a very different way with a different set of combos. That combo freedom alone is already incredible and makes it where it's gonna be tough for me to go back to GB3 without that system, because I'm so excited to play around with all the variations. I want to have one suit of all the variations. I am hooked on this new combat system. It feels in weird ways like I'm playing both Gundam Breaker, Dynasty Warriors Gundam, and Devil May Cry, and I love it. Then you have the ranged weapons, and because you have 2 different ranged weapons as well, you could choose 2 of the same, right? You could go for 2 beam rifles and just or you could have a bazooka and a machine gun. And so you have the heavy damage, and then you have the quick stagger. And because of the way the break gauge goes, I'm only talking about the good things so far, because of the way the break gauge works now, the bigger your combo is, the better your gauge is, which gives you other bonuses like better item discovery, better things like that. So you want to keep that combo meter going, and you can get to some ridiculously high combo numbers if you stagger things right. If you focus on like, hey, it's hardcore difficulty, they've got a lot of health, I'm not going to let them touch the ground. You can do some incredible combo numbers. It is so much fun, this combat system. And all of that is including the fact that we didn't even have access to a lot of the options. I was never able to get a Sazabi shotgun to drop, even though some other people that I was playing with were king. But twin shotguns seems like it's gonna be super cool. I really want to try twin camphor shotguns, you know? Like, there's so many cool things I'm looking forward to in the full game from the taste of playing the network test, and I wish that I just had the full game already. Let's get into some of the other good stuff, not the like top tier best of the best. That's combo system, rage weapons, things like that. Then we'll come back to some best, or then we'll do some worst, and we'll do another round of the same 3. So good. It looks great. It feels good to play. The music's solid. The maps are solid so far. I really wish we got access to some more maps in the actual deal. I feel like, you know, it was a little limiting just having the 3 quests that we could run and then the bounty hunter mode. But I get it, you know, full game's coming soon. I think that when it comes down to it, the way the multiplayer lobbies are built are really cool. Being able to have a lot of people in there and then just teams of 3. I still wish it was teams of 4, but teams of 3, very fun. The fact that you can just enter your clan room and then anybody in the clan can change the suit that's on display in the multiplayer lobby. That's really fun. We had a lot of fun playing around with that. There are a couple settings that you're going to have to play around with to get your own feelings on. The distance from enemy for lock-on is weird, and I went with 3 or 4 different ones before I finally found one that I was like, yeah, this is good. I like this. But that'll be individual taste. I had mine set to 2, and a friend of mine had his set to 0, and then another friend had his set to like 6. So it really does just come down to personal preference there, but you will have to play around with that a little bit. Also, there aren't that many EX parts in the demo, in the network test. So even though you have some cool option part stuff you can do, there's not really a lot you can do with EX parts. Because you couldn't buy parts in the network test, you also have to just keep grinding the missions to try and get a specific part that you want. I was playing with a group of friends and viewers of the channel and Twitch chat and all that fun stuff, and another streamer, Bandit, really wanted the Destiny Gundam palms, the arms, to be able to use the Palma Fiocina, and we ran it like 6 times before he finally got some, even though we could theoretically have just bought that part with credits in the full game. So those were some of the unfortunate things about the network test. We'll come back up the ladder again, because that's really the only negatives that I have, to get to the good and say that, hey, the suits look great, and the fact that you can repaint different pieces of them, select multiple when you're painting, and then just change them all to that color is incredible. The customization is wonderful. I really like it. You can put multiple missile pods on and cue them both to go off of the same option part button. That is great. That is wonderful. I want to make some abominations. I love this. And then as we go back into the best stuff again, oh my gosh, the options with painting. The options with painting are so cool. I love what you can do with this game. Scaling up specific parts of the model to be able to make, like, hey, I want huge legs, or I want a tiny little head on this thing, or I want a huge head. You can just do that as much as you want, and it is wonderful. I am so stoked for Gundam Breaker 4, and I can't put into words for you how good it feels to play this game, but I hope that by saying I don't know how I can go back to 3, that you'll understand, because I have over 400 hours in Gundam Breaker 3, and after playing Gundam Breaker 4, I can't go back to just one melee weapon. I can't do it. I need the combo system. I need the customization here. I need to be able to rescale my backpack to be really tiny, and you can even make the backpacks invisible if you don't want to see them, except for when you're using your EX move. I'm really unsure about how the levels are going to work with this, because it seems like the level cap might be 50 for parts, but I don't know. Can you overcap them from there? We'll see, you know. But also, there's a lot of stats. There's item rarity, item discovery stat for loot. Like, there's so much in this. There is so much, and I just want the full game. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you stoked for Gundam Breaker 4, or did you play the network test and somehow walked away from it with having not enjoyed it? Let me know, because there was like a couple little things that I saw that made me go, man, like funnels not being option parts anymore and now being EX moves. But the way you build EX with that meter now means that they're basically always available as long as you're attacking. So it's a toss-up, right? I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. The Gundam Breaker 4 has to offer.